The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall-Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter.
Welcome, everybody. I hope that you're having an amazing day as we connect here mid-October. It's a great time as we kind of look back on the year and we start reflecting on what this year has brought us and where we are in the journey. And then we're looking ahead towards the holidays and into the new year. So there's such a beautiful perspective we can have in October. And I love us to focus in unmasking our potential, really looking at, are we fully stepping into all that we have to give to the world? Are we fully stepping into everything, our potential, what we're called to bring to the world, or not? Are we holding back in some areas? Perhaps we haven't checked in that area for a while. We've been just busy with life, moving along, that we don't always pause and check in and see where we are. And so October is a great month. And in fact, today, real time, you'll have the opportunity to check in and just see. And I want to particularly focus on, in the potential arena, being visible. Are you actually being seen? Do people know what you stand for? Do they know what you care about? If they said your name or they were introducing you to someone, could they easily share what you stand for, what you're bringing to the world? Or is it still a little bit fuzzy? Or they wouldn't have the same answers? That's a way we can check in, because I think it's wonderful that we're checking into our potentials and unmasking them, but I want you to do something with your potential, with your gifts, with your talents, with your abilities. I want to encourage you to actually let the world know what you're doing, know who you are, and let them know what you care about, and give the gift of who you are to the world. Let them easily know what you stand for, what you care about. Be seen. Be willing to serve. And if you're being seen, be clearly seen. Shine in your visibility. Today we're going to be talking with a visibility expert, a global visibility expert. And she's going to be sharing from her heart about potential and stepping forward and really being seen. And something I've been really convicted on in the area of visibility is that we need to be willing to be seen on the same level we're wanting to serve. And if we're to take this to a deeper level, that means our service to the world, the difference we can make in the world, is going to be limited by our visibility. If we keep being the best kept secret and nobody knows who you are and what you stand for and how you can share with the world, or it's a mystery they're trying to figure out, your service and the difference you are called to make and is needed is not going to be seen. It's not going to be understood. It's not going to have the impact it can have in the world. So I really want you to think about, are you sharing and fully stepping into your potential? And then the second layer, are you sharing with others? Do they know your potential? Do they know how you can help them, how you can support them? And these questions, these thoughts have really been powerfully on my heart I am so honored to be leading a book called Come Out of Hiding and Shine. And as we put this book together with over 30 authors, again and again, this message of the importance of being seen, not just being willing to make a difference, but being willing to be seen authentically, transparently, perfect in our imperfections, was key to making a difference in the world. And I'm excited to share with all of you. This book was launched we're pre-recording this, so it was released on September 27th. And within 4 hours, so it was actually technically 3.5 hours, it became a best-selling book. We're so excited to be sharing this book with the world. So in its electronic debut, within its first day, within its first half day, it became a best-selling book. And again, that book is called Come Out of Hiding and Shine is in all capital letters. So I want to encourage you, if you're someone that is willing, you are willing to make a difference in the world, you're willing to bring your gifts to others, your talents and your abilities, I encourage you to lean into this resource, to walk beside you, to cheer you on, to give you practical and profound tips on how you can shine in the way you're made, in the way you're gifted. And they're going to give you tips, suggestions, and the how-to to do it. Because life is not a solo journey. We need each other to encourage us, to cheer us on, and to show us the way. And this book, I'm very honored to bring to the world, is doing that, and it is transforming people's lives. Again, you can find the book on Amazon. It's Come Out of Hiding and Shine. Very honored to share it with the world. And in fact, our guest, Cynthia, is one of our reviewers, and you will see her comments in the book, both electronic and print. The print's going to be released very soon. That launch will be right around when we're airing the show. It'll be right around October 10th to the 15th, so just before the show's launch. So when you go in and look, you'll have the option of the electronic Kindle version or the soft print version that you could have sent to your home. So I really encourage you to get tools and resources that are going to support you on your journey. Lean in to experts and resources that can help you. Whether it's this book or some of the things we're going to make available today or not, find those things that will support you, because the world needs you. Your unique gifts, your unique talents, your unique abilities, they need more of you. And the more you're willing to share, the more you're willing to be visible, the more people you can touch in a positive way. So I want us to breathe that in. Wonderful. And I want to share something, and I haven't shared this publicly yet because it just happened this past weekend as I was traveling. I had the honor to speak at a conference in Dallas, Texas called Warrior Women Who Rock. And there was a conference and a gala, and at this event, we had around 125 men and women that joined us. And they were leaning into the book that was newly released called Warrior Women Who Rock. And these stories that were shared in this book talk about battles that people have gone through, celebrated what they learned and how they made it to the other side. And these stories are powerful and transformational. And I have such admiration and respect for each woman who leaned in and told their story. Many for the first time, they were willing to be visible. And let me tell you, when they took the stage and they were sharing with all their passion, all their conviction, all of their ability, really being seen, it was powerful. There is such a power in being willing to share our stories, authentically, transparently, perfect in our imperfections. And that's what these ladies did. And I was so honored to be part of this group, part of these women, part of this event, and one of the keynote speakers. And we talked about this very thing, about being seen, being willing to stand for what matters to you and to echo that out in the world. So I want you to think about what you're standing for, what you're echoing out in the world. And this is the part I haven't shared. At that event, I was honored with an award. I received Woman Warrior of the Year for the work that I have done in the area of purpose, of helping people move forward powerfully in their purpose. Very, very honored to have received that award and excited to share that with all of you. So I want you to think for a moment as you take a breath, what is it that you're echoing out in the world? What are you standing for? Do others know? And let's take a moment. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe, eyes open. But those who are able to, let's put a hand on your heart, hand on your head. Breathe in deeply. Big belly in through your nose. Expand your belly. Out through your mouth. And just reflect on some of what I shared today. And I want you to just touch in and listen. What is it you need today to help you be a little more visible, help you be seen on a higher level? So by golly, people know what you stand for. They know what you care about and what you're willing to bring to the world. Just listen in. What is it you need to encourage and to support you? Receive that information. Come back into the room. Fully present, eyes open. And I invite you to write down whatever it is that was laid upon your heart that you need. Let's keep it top of mind and be on the lookout for it, ready to receive whatever it is that will support you on your journey. There's an urgency to you bringing the gift of you to the world. And I want you to lean in to whatever it is that's going to serve and support you in that journey so that we can make a global difference. We can touch other people's lives in a positive way. One more breath. And I'm going to open up the floor here to our amazing guest, Cynthia. And I wanted to see if you had in about 30 seconds something laid upon your heart that you wanted to share with us.
Beautiful. That was just beautiful, Rebecca. Thank you. And I just want to say congratulations to you for the award that you received. And wow, really powerful and well deserved. But it's very. I love how you stand in who you are in everything that you do.
Thank you.
So thank you. Thank you for doing that, and thank you for being an example to me and to so many.
Thank you. I so appreciate that, and I receive that. And I was sharing with my authors today in the book, and I believe I shared with you earlier today, we had an opportunity to chat, that I hadn't really shared it yet because I was still processing it on a cellular level. And to really, yes, this is real. I did receive that. Just so honored and humbled and excited. And thank you for letting me celebrate that with you and share it, and listeners, you as well. Because it's so important as we're being visible to share the journey as we go along. We share those highs as well, those amazing things that happen in our life, as well as the other things that we need support and encouragement on. Well, we are getting ready to go to our first commercial break. The time goes so quickly. And I want to invite you to use these next 2 minutes for you. Carve these 2 minutes out. Don't run off and try to cross things off the to-do list. Really give yourself the gift of these 2 minutes to support you. Spend some time thinking about what it is that you need. Stay present, focused, and when we come back, we will dig into the amazing wisdom that Cynthia has to share with us. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you carved out those 2 minutes for you to think, reflect on what had been shared, to really listen. We get so busy in life. We try to keep crossing things off our list that we forget to give ourselves moments to connect, to breathe deeply, to listen, to receive. And I want to invite you as we go throughout our show today that you do that. Carve those 2 minutes out just for you. And guess what? You can keep doing that other days as well. You'll hear that consistently in our show, but I will encourage you to build that into your life 2 minutes at a time. Those moments to ground, reconnect, and really lean into purposely the things that matter most to you. You can change a day that's going sideways in 2 minutes by pausing. I invite you to build that in and stretch those muscles during our time together today. Well, as we come back, I wanted to formally introduce Cynthia to you. You heard some of her heart in our opening segment, and she shared something behind the scenes that I just thought was really powerful, and I wanted to have her share it with all of you. So she's going to do that in a moment. But also, before we get into our juicy conversation, I wanted to formally introduce her so you actually know a little bit about our amazing Cynthia. So Cynthia Stott is a visibility expert, a global visibility expert, best-selling author. She has 18 years of experience in the Federal Reserve as a consumer protection bank examiner. And here's what she did in that industry. This is the legacy she has left in the bank examiner world. She helped change the way banks and auto dealerships do business. Powerful legacy she's given to the world. And now she's doing the same thing in how we do online business, that we can do in a way that is powerful, transformational, and heart-centered. really amazing work that she does. And she is absolutely passionate about helping mission-driven entrepreneurs reach the people they are meant, and I would say called, to reach. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Cynthia Stott to the show. Welcome. Yay!
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm so happy to be here. I'm always look forward to our conversations in private and in public. It's just really wonderful to be here with you today. So thank you. I'm honored.
You are very welcome. I love our conversations and always look forward to them. And it's a privilege and an honor when we get to share them out with the world and echo them out on a global level. So excited to have the opportunity to talk with you today and share your amazing perspective, wisdom, and some of the work that you're doing out there. So I'm very excited for our conversation here. But before we get into that, I would love to have you share what you shared with me behind the scenes. And then in addition to that, anything else that was laid on your heart when we went into that time of meditation and listening on a heart level.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rebecca. And what I was sharing was that I was so grateful for you sharing your celebration with us on this amazing award that you won. And sometimes, many times, especially us women, have been taught not to shine, not to outshine others, not to be, quote, boastful. And we tend to hide our awards or things we've accomplished, or we'll say them with that sort of grin and kind of maybe even covering our mouths or bowing our heads. And I love that you're an example of sharing with humility and grace amazing accomplishments that you've had, so that we can all celebrate with you and learn to celebrate ourselves. Because when we don't celebrate us, everyone loses. We lose, those around us lose, and really the whole world loses. So I appreciate you really standing in that powerful place and vulnerable place of sharing your wins.
Thank you, Cynthia. And that comment meant so much to me because, as I shared, this is the first time I've shared that because I needed some time to process it. It was so wonderful and exciting and overwhelming, and I appreciated what you shared with me, and it was such a good reminder of how important it is, this shining and this willing to be seen. And I think about shining in the stars. There's so many stars in the sky, and they all have room to shine. It doesn't take away from the other stars because this one's shining brightly. There's room for all of us to shine. And so I am humbled by what you shared, that I can be an encouragement in that way. I am encouraged when another stands beside me, and celebrates with me. That encourages me on. So I want to thank you for doing that for me today, and for sharing your wisdom with us around that, because it is so easy to sometimes hide what we've done and not share it with others. And I find it such an encouragement when I get to cheer others on too. So thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome, and I love your analogy. I love that. And it made me think, would it be a beautiful starry night if there were only one star in the sky?
Yes.
That it's so beautiful and powerful that you look up and in every direction you see a different constellation, a different star. Some are brighter, some are dimmer, some are colored. I mean, that's the beauty of it, to see all of the stars out. So thank you for that analogy and for the reminder that there's plenty of room for the stars to shine in the sky.
Thank you. I love that. And as you were sharing, I was picturing some are closer, some are further away. Like there's so much depth and power and diversification in the stars in the sky. And different parts of the world, we see different things, and we can all be part of that. So, I'm so excited. Thank you.
Seasons, too. I always look forward to Orion coming back in like the wintry sky. And it's just, my favorite constellations during the different times of the year. And the Big Dipper wouldn't be the Big Dipper without multiple stars.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we need
Beautiful.
those stars to be seen. Oh, love it, love it, love it.
Love it. And I love it, too, how you're sharing, and this just happened to happen at this time, and your sharing, though, really tied into what we're talking today about visibility. And then your book is Come Out of Hiding and Shine. And you talked about how you shone this weekend. So I just love how it all comes together in divine timing, in the divine way, in that sort of unexpected way, but they really all tie together.
Exactly. Yes. Well, thank you, Cynthia, for sharing, and I'm just richly breathing in this picture of a clear night with all of these stars shining brightly around us. So I want everyone to breathe that in, see that vision, and we're going to be looking for your star in the sky. So really lean into this conversation Cynthia and I are going to have to see how you can have your light shine just a little bit brighter, be seen just a little bit more. Share who you are a little bit more with the world. Beautiful.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Oh, you are so welcome. It's a joy to connect with you in this way and in this space. And I always like to start these conversations with why. Why is this work around helping these mission-driven entrepreneurs reach the people they're trying to reach, that they're meant to reach? Why is that work personally so important to you?
Boy, it's just the start of the show, and I'm in tears already. I'm so touched. My heart is overflowing of what we've been talking about, and then this question of the why. Why I do what I do is because I want to live in a world where we have that higher consciousness that I know we're capable of having. A world where actually, can I tell you my deepest dream for the world?
Yes, please. I'd love it.
Is that children no longer will even understand hatred or shame.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they won't understand what we mean by that. Like, just does not compute. That's the world I want to live in. And when we have that, wars will just disappear. There will be no reason for war. And I believe we won't even have hunger. Because with my degrees in statistics and economics, the one thing that I learned is that hunger is not a real problem. It's just a scarcity problem. It's a distribution problem, which is really a function of the mind and human action. It's not real. And if we didn't have that hatred and shame and fear and anxiety and all of those negative feelings, we probably wouldn't have hunger either. And to me, the cure for the woes of the world is really mindset and consciousness.
Yes. So let's pause for a moment and breathe that in. And picture for a moment, just energetically, let's picture this beautiful world that Cynthia wants to see happen in our lifetime. She wants to see children not even understand or know about violence and hatred and anger. And I'm going to add hunger from your share as well. And we can be a part of that in how we choose to shine in the world. What we choose to bring forward, what we choose to echo forward is affecting this generation and future generations. So I invite us to be really purposeful in the things we're saying yes and no to, in the things we're choosing to stand for and echo forward. Well, we are going to our next commercial break here, and I invite you to just keep picturing that beautiful picture that Cynthia painted for us, both of this starry night and of this world where those things are not even understood or known about. And think about what it is that you want to stand for in that you want to lean into and bring to the world. Carve out these 2 minutes just for you, and we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the Walk Star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the Theater Queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you took that opportunity to picture those beautiful visions that we were reflecting on in this last segment. And perhaps you had your own way that you were looking at that, your own perspective, or you got your own vision that you're wanting to stand for, that you're wanting to bring to the world. I want you to really keep that top of mind as we go into this next part of our conversation. Because what Cynthia is going to talk about is this concept, and this is a phrase you will hear her say all of the time. Your people are waiting for you. And I believe some of that's tied into that vision, those things that are placed on your heart, the things that pull at your heart. And I would love to hand the floor over here to you, Cynthia. And if you could share what you mean when you say, and why it's so important we understand this, that your people are waiting for you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Yes, I do say your people are waiting for you all the time. And it's funny because my people are now come to me and say, my people really were waiting for me. So what I mean by that is that it's like two sides to the coin. On one side, if you have a calling on your heart, something that you're called to, even if you don't know if you can do it or even how you would do it, or even if you think, I can't do it, but it's laid on your heart, it's a calling, a mission, then on the other side are actually the people who are waiting for you calling to you. And you are meant to serve them in a way that actually no one else can serve in that particular way. I call it your thumbprint message, or your thumbprint way of working with people, your thumbprint gift to the world. Everyone has a thumbprint, but it's very different. Every single person who has ever lived, and we have over 7 billion people on the planet, has a different thumbprint. And you have a different thumbprint message. And your people need to hear that message in this particular way.
Yes. So listeners, really let that sink in. And I feel like when I hear that, Cynthia, I feel a responsibility, a quickening in my spirit. I do. That if I have the only thumbprint like this, if I'm the only one that can share this message in this way, or the world misses out, it's not from an ego place that I have the thumbprint.
Yep.
It's this, wow, I didn't realize that it mattered that much that I chose to share or not. And that thumbprint will never be seen again. And so I invite you, when you get those promptings to share, even if you're like, I don't know how, or this feels a little weird, it's being called forth. And it's needed. Your thumbprint message absolutely matters. The way you interact with the world is so needed. Oh, I love that, Cynthia. Underlined explanation point. Thank you for sharing.
And you said called forth, and literally it's being called forth by those people who are waiting for you. In fact, they are praying for you, for someone with your gifts and your talents and your experiences, and even your wounds and the bad things that happened to you. They need that, and they're calling it forward, and you are literally the answer to their prayers.
So listeners, I want you to hear that, to let that sink in, because it's not an accident you tuned in today, that you leaned in, that you're listening. I believe you were created and you're being called forth for such a time as this. Your thumbprint message, who you are, is absolutely needed. And I want to tie this back into how we opened our conversation, talking about visibility and being willing to be seen on the same level that you're willing to serve. Really tapping in, unmasking your potential. Know what your potential is. Know what your gifts are. Know what your talents are. And I talked about how this wasn't a solo journey, that we need each other. We need support. We need encouragement. We need to walk beside each other in those shiny moments and those less shiny moments, so that we can stand and share what we're called to share. And Cynthia has created something powerful that's going to be shared here. And I want you to lean in and really feel in with your heart as she describes this. Is this something, one of those things that could support you, to encourage you to tap into your potential, to understand your gifts, to be willing to stand for them, to lean in and share them? Is this something that's going to support you and encourage you? So Cynthia, do you mind sharing a little bit about your vision for this 2016 Empowerment Summit that's going to support us in being seen, unmasking our potential, and taking action, stepping forward?
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, I'm so excited to share about this Empowerment Summit. It's actually called Empowerment 2016 Summit, Shape Your Destiny.
Woo! I love that. Yes.
Yes, that's for me. And I have gathered from all over the U.S. and some from outside of the U.S. We're still trying to bring on a few more global empowerment experts from outside the U.S. because I don't think they always get a chance to share as much as we do in the U.S. here. These amazing people, and to be honest, I don't know where they all came from. These amazing people just showed up in my world as empowerment experts on this summit, people that have that thumbprint message and have recognized it, and who I can feel their people are waiting for them. And I'm so grateful and humbled and excited to share them with the world. There's more than 20 of them. I haven't even counted all of them yet. And we're going to be launching out I see like a mothership with little tiny ships launching the pods out, and it's like these lots of people launching out all over the world. So they're empowerment experts that talk about health and nutrition, that talk about a healthy body and healthy planet. They're empowerment experts that talk about money and finance. There's amazing spiritual leaders and healers that are connected to ascended masters. I mean, just powerful sharing that's going to be happening on this summit. And I am just so excited to share with everyone all of their expertise. And they're so unique. Even if someone does the same thing as you as a photographer, but you're doing it very differently. And all of these empowerment experts, some of them are in kind of, I call them niche mates in the same area, but boy, they all have a different view of what they do. And so I'm excited to share them with the world.
I'm excited, too, to see this unfold. And I know many of the names, I don't know all of the names that are part of this summit, and I'm honored to be part of it as well, as we're coming together to support people around the world to stand in their potential, to get support along the journey, mind, body, soul, and spirit, so that you can really shine. You can step into your full potential. You can be equipped and empowered to have the impact that you want to have in the world, to be who and how you want to be in the world as you are bringing the gift of you, your thumbprint, your life to the world.
And it's a way that people can, it's like a smorgasbord of empowerment.
Come hungry.
Come hungry and use what you want. And what I love is that it's not about a sales summit. No one is selling anything on it. It's all about service, and they're all offering a free gift for you to take a next step with them. And it's very invitational, which I love. And it's all up to you and what you want to pick and choose. And I've decided, at least for 2 months, I'm not going to turn off the recordings. You don't have to listen in the first 24 hours and you just get overwhelmed and, or you have to buy the recordings. I really am not going to do that. I'm going to leave it open for at least 2 months. So you can listen again and again, or you can listen when you have time, when you're washing the dishes, when you're driving the car, when you're walking the dog, so that you can get what you really need and want.
I love that. That is so generous of you. And this ties into your free gift. Speaking of free gifts, do you mind sharing?
Yeah. So the free gift is the summit.
Dun-ta-da!
Like I said, it's the summit, and you can sign on, and you're gonna it's gonna be launched out. I think we're probably gonna launch out 3 interviews a day, 3 times a week for about 3 to 5 weeks, depending on how many people we end up with in the final summit. And we're even hoping that it will be the first ever I've ever heard of a bilingual summit, because I have 2 summit experts that are fully fluent in English and fully fluent in Spanish, and I will interview them in English, and they will interview each other in Spanish. So the separate interview in Spanish, I've never heard of that before, so I'm so excited to be sharing that as well.
I love it. You're always breaking ground and bringing more to the world. I love it. So, listeners, she is giving you this amazing summit as a gift. And just to share quickly why we have these gifts, we have this amazing library of gifts and resources to support each of you on your journey. And you simply go to radiogifts.net, and that's gifts with an S, it's plural, and net, it's a net full of gifts. So radiogifts.net. You'd scroll down to today's date, which is October 18th. You will see Cynthia's lovely picture and the opportunity to sign up to be on her summit, to have access to all of these gifts, resources, recordings of experts to support you on your journey. So I'm super excited about it. Thank you so much for making this available to all of our listeners. And I encourage you to lean in. When you go to that page, you're going to put in your name, your email address, so we can stay in touch. And then you scroll down to the October 18th date, and then you sign in again, giving Cynthia the permission to be able to send you the information about the summit, so you'll be in the loop and able to tap into all of that rich pool of resources to support you. All those thumbprints, a beautiful night full of stars that are there to support you on your journey. So I encourage you to lean into that. We're going to our next commercial break, so you could use those 2 minutes to, secure your spot in that, or again, give yourself that time to process, breathe, and receive, and we'll come back in just 2 moments. Talk to you soon.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you had the opportunity to go into radiogifts.net and say yes to the amazing gift, this wonderful empowerment summit that Cynthia is making available to the world and to you, that you are personally invited to lean in and say yes to that. And then I encourage you to peruse around. When you do have a moment, you can go back to radiogifts.net and find some of those other gifts and tools and resources that can also support you, because we want you to have the same access to experts that I have. I want you to have that. I want you to have people to walk beside you on your journey, that you can tap into those tools and resources that can support you so that you are equipped and empowered to move forward powerfully in life, on purpose and with purpose. And Cynthia and I were chatting for a moment here behind the scenes, and she said, Rebecca, I had this thing that's been laid on my heart that I'd really like to share with your listeners today, and asked if it was okay. And she started to share a little bit of it, and I said, yes, yes, yes. So Cynthia, do you mind sharing what was laid upon your heart to share with us today?
Yes, thank you, Rebecca. Well, what it was is that I've been saying your people are waiting for you for quite some time now. And I was out on one of my waterfall step hikes, my famous hikes where I connect with Mother Earth, and oftentimes I hear from my heart and soul, and actually from God. It's like my time to spend time with God. And God comes to me on the waterfall steps, and he says, Cynthia, I have people waiting for you. I'm like, yes, God, I know. That's my slogan. I say it. I understand. Gotcha. And God's like, you don't understand. I have people who are not only waiting for you, they are praying for you, and I want to answer their prayers with you. However, I'm like, oh, what's coming next? God says, however, I perk up and listen. However, if you are not willing to serve them, I will send someone else. But I want to send you because you can answer their prayers in ways that no one else can. Are you willing? Oh, Rebecca, that hit me in the heart.
Mm-hmm. And I want to hang with that thought for a moment here. I want that to hang in the energy as we are sharing here for a moment. Listeners, that question's for you too. Are you willing? I know that message, and as you were sharing it with me, I had this echoing in my heart because that's so been on my heart too. God's been really speaking that into me as well. This willingness that there's so much need out there. The harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. There's so much need, but few are willing. And these hearts, these prayers, people are crying out for exactly what your thumbprint messages are, what you are uniquely called to the world. And when you feel that quickening, there's an urgency. Are you willing? It's a choice that you get to make, yes or no. And then, Cynthia, I did not want to cut you off, but I felt like I needed to chime in.
So powerful, so powerful. But that kind of a question goes right to your heart. Mm-hmm. Are you willing? I know so many marketers and strategists and coaches are all about, you need to find your people, the people that you need to serve and prospect and all this. And in my book, it's not true. You need to be willing to allow the people who are not only looking for you, waiting for you, but they're praying for you to find you by being visible, by being willing to be seen. And when we're willing, that's when they come. When the teacher is ready, the students will come. Same thing here. When you're ready to be seen, your people will see you. And it will come to you, and they will know that you are the answer to their prayers.
But if they cannot see you, they can't come to you. So this, coming full circle, there is this powerful, profound need that we need to be willing to be seen. Not just willing to serve, it's the other side of the coin, that our service is limited by how easy we are to see. And particularly when we're called to support people in an area of pain that they have, loss, that's vulnerable, that's scary, a hurt that they may have, When we're struggling, the world gets foggy. The world can get dark. It's hard to see hands that are outstretched. And it takes people being willing to shine to be that beacon, for people to even see that there's a hand reaching out, that they're not alone. So I want to encourage you all to check in and see, are you willing? And the second part, are you willing to serve? Third, are you willing to be seen so that you can serve? So let's breathe that in as a community. Cynthia, I want to thank you for joining us today, for your powerful, heartfelt shares with us. The generosity of making the summit so accessible and available. So one, creating it, but then being willing to be seen and visible and heard. We're walking the talk to bring it to as many people as you can to support them on their journey. So thank you for the work that you do, for being willing and able and visible so that people can lean in and say yes.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm so honored, and the word cherished. I really cherish our time here together that we've shared. I've been on your show many times, and every single time it is a life-changing moment for me. So thank you.
Oh, Cynthia, you are so welcome. It is a joy and an honor and privilege to connect with you in this space and to get to share you with the world. And listeners, I hope you have been served powerfully by the wisdom and the insight that Cynthia has been generously sharing with us today, that you're leaning in. And I want you to really check in. Are you willing to be seen on the same level you're wanting to serve? Are you willing to let people know what you stand for, what you care about, what matters to you in the world, to be vulnerable and authentic in sharing that? Let them see your thumbprint. Echo what matters to you forward, that you may live on purpose and with purpose as you go forward in this day, in this week, month, and in your life. And my heart's desire is wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always, always bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week. I'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall-Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.